rolling. This is episode 414 of No Laugh Track Podcast. We're here at Acme Comedy Company in Minneapolis. I'm Justin Severson, the host. I am here with, I think it's your fourth time with me here. Somebody can fact check that, Ian Bagg.
Somebody use your Google and find out how many times I've been here. I think, it's at least 3, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
I've grown with you as you started out. It was just a tape recorder, and then now it's cameras and everything. My God, this is lovely.
That's right. So just before we started here, we got breaking news. Did you see what happened?
No, what happened?
CDC to ease indoor mask wearing for the fully vaccinated, allowing them to safely stop wearing them in most places.
That's cool.
Huh? That's some good news, isn't it?
So hold on. So how are they going to do it? Like, if you want to come to a show, if you were vaccinated, you show your card, and then you don't have to wear your mask.
That I don't know. I mean, I haven't dug deep into that.
I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I'm going to wear it, and sometimes I'm going to not. That's just, as soon as I'm not going to always be feeling comfortable around everybody. In the airport, it's amazing how many people don't wash their hands after they go to the washroom still. And I'm just like, it's a pandemic and you're not washing your hands? You are the filthiest person ever of all times.
Yeah, nothing's going to get those people to change. Nothing.
The best was one time, probably about maybe Christmas time. I'm flying out of Salt Lake City. There's a guy there. He's wearing the booties. You know, he's got the covers, like the surgery covers on his feet. He's wearing a mask, a shield. He goes to the washroom, doesn't wash his hands. I'm just like, all right. Just I'm guessing you're wearing the outfit just to wear the outfit then.
Yeah, is it a costume?
People don't believe it. If they can't see it, if they can't grab onto it, they don't believe things exist.
Unbelievable.
Which is weird because they believe in God. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell that.
For the next half hour, look for a sign. See if it's true.
Probably land on my head.
I heard through the grapevine, maybe listening to one of your podcasts, you're J&J vaccinated, correct?
I am J and Jade.
Congratulations.
I'm double G'd.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I use their Q-tips and I use their vaccine. That's what way it works. They've always been good for my ears. They'll be good for my lungs.
Started as a baby.
That's right. A little bit of oil for later on in life, if you know what I'm talking about.
You still have it. I'm going, just for the record, this is my little, you know how there's people that aren't getting vaccinated. Mm-hmm. So this is just my little, hey, Ian did it. I'm going to go get my second one tomorrow. Maybe you want to.
If you're telling people, just do it. It's going to slow down us having to get vaccinated every year because some of you won't get vaccinated. And I get it. You should be nervous. We're all nervous. But after you get it, you're much more calm. Going out into the world, it makes you much more calm. And I know some of you nothing makes you not go out into the world now, but there's diseases out there and there's science. I enjoy not having polio. That's a vaccine.
Ditto.
I got. So this is when they say to me, can you get a vaccine? If they want to control me, my phone is with me all times. They're not going to control me. They're not going to know where I am because of a vaccine. They're going to try to help us out. And people, the kids that you went to school with that became scientists and doctors were not those people that wanted to be politicians. They're two different things. It's not political.
Very true.
Science is not political. Politics is political. Little word from Ian Bagg.
Do you ever work the Hollywood Improv?
Yeah.
Did you see that they're actually, this is probably the final thing I'm going to bring up about this, they're actually, you have to show to get into the shows there.
I think
fully vaccinated card.
I think all the clubs are going to be like that I know of.
What do you mean all the clubs?
You're going to have, the
Improvs?
The Improv, but also the Laugh Factory and Comedy Store, I think, are going to be the same from what I've heard. Yeah. So, which I'm fine with. Yeah, there's things you got to do. To be a productive part of society, you got to prove that you're a productive part of society.
Yeah, let's be on the same team for a minute. For a second.
There's always going to be people that don't do it. There's going to be people that don't want to work. There's going to be people that don't want to pay taxes. There's going to be people that don't want to, there's always going to be people. But we know that a group of us is better than an individual. So,
exactly.
So let's just do it. Let's get it done. I know. I don't care. And I didn't want to be in a pandemic. My parents didn't prepare me for a pandemic. Weirdly enough, I'm going to say this. I kind of enjoyed having a year off.
Did you?
I loved it. I didn't realize how hard I was going at a career, and I was turning and burning. I was like turning and every week. turning and burning.
See, now it's interesting that you say that because I'm looking at what you've been doing the last couple months.
Mm-hmm.
You're back at it again.
I'm trying to slow it down. I'm like, oof, we're on fire.
You are.
Yeah, I'm just like, my wife's like, you grab it while you can for a couple months and then calm down. But you know, I want to take her down to 2 or 3 weeks a month, not 4.
Okay.
Like not and I'm when I'm talking like 4, I'm talking like 12 weeks in a row. I'm leaving on a Wednesday, getting home on a Sunday, and I'm taking the earliest flights possible. I don't want to take early flights anymore. I was mad that I took a 5 a.m. flight here. Like I talked about it last night. I was cranky about it. I want my life to be a little bit more quality in it, right? So, and if that means I make 1/8 less, I'm going to deal with it because I like the quality that I've seen in my life in the last year.
Yeah.
And it also helped me work at other things like podcasting and social media and letting people know, so
go back like a little over a year from now. It was just your year was going to be another year of Ian Bagg hitting the road constantly.
And going at stand up and touring.
Yeah,
thinking I got to the best thing for me to do is tour.
Yep.
That's people have to see me. So, which I still believe you have to see me. I feel like I'm hockey.
That's a great analogy for you. Yeah, that is.
I feel like you have to see me live to really like me.
Yeah.
Or to hate me. To have some sort of feeling about me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's very accurate.
Yeah, but it's just like, I did lots of podcasts this year, other people's podcasts and stuff around home, and I felt more creative, which I have, I had no idea that like 10 years had just slipped by. Boom. So I was just like, oh, a lot has changed.
Yeah.
And it was good for me. So I started a podcast called Around the Bag. I started that at April last year or something like that. And I did, because I'm an idiot, I did 7 days a week thinking that we would be over the pandemic and
that's right.
3 months.
You were in my social media feed constantly.
Really? Well, thanks for watching. Fucking, my numbers were horrible. But it was 3 guests would come to my house, not talking about, but virtually.
Yeah.
And they would answer questions. And it just started off, it was just all questions. Now I do it completely different. I record it beforehand, do a little bit of editing. There's 3 different sections of 3 different styles of questions.
Yeah.
And somebody becomes my BFF by the end of the thing. But it's different than, podcasts. It's I wanted it to be more of a show, and it was a show. So
I love the way you do that with the questions. Some of them are so silly, and they really are
They're
good.
just random.
Good random get to know you questions.
Right.
And I have thought about doing that, like if I could just, because I like that I try to keep this more conversational, But I do sometimes think like it'd be nice just to be like, all right, for the next 5 minutes, I'm just going to rattle off these prepared questions that I really think might get a good answer.
Well, you might have one section. You might call it unsuspecting at the end of the, where you ask them unsuspected questions.
Is that trademarked?
To write it down.
There we go.
I'll take 10%. I won't be paying for the disc this week or the drive.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll take the $10.
We're gonna float you on this week.
But I think you can do both. But I also feel there's a lot of different styles, just like talk shows. Like this is more like Frost, or who would have been the last one to have a Bob Costas,
later with Bob.
Yeah, I love that show.
I did too.
It was like it wasn't a laugh a minute. It was information though, and it excited your brain. The synapses made your brain excited, and I think we got to realize that. Like that's something that. Even though I enjoy TikTok, I follow nothing but special needs kids on TikTok. I love them. And I'm not following because they're special needs. I'm following special needs kids that do things like that do magic, that do like they sing, and I'm just like, yes. You don't need to go on American Idol. Just do your thing and enjoy it. And I just love seeing the love. Like they have a passion for it. And they don't know why, and they're not trying to make $1 billion. They end up they're way more popular than I am, but they're just they're just having fun, and it's great. So I love it. It's so great. But we forgot that it doesn't have to be a laugh a second, or you being, oh, what's going on here? Oh, why are they chasing each other? Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like that.
I like
you
that.
know? There's different parts of the brain that love pleasure, and information is a pleasure.
Have you put together like a best of your new best friends?
I haven't,
Ian,
because it's in the last
Tournament of Champion best friends.
I'm starting to bring people back now.
You are, okay.
Yeah, so now I'm starting to move in. You know, the thing was, at the beginning, I just thought it was going to be 4 to 8 weeks, so I was just going to do 8 of them.
Right, yeah.
And then I ended up doing 4 months of 7 days a week, and then I was just like, oh, I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. So I had to take a week off, and then I started back 5 days a week, and then at some point it got down to 1 day a week. So I got through all my friends quite quickly, and I had a conversation with my wife the other day. I said, I had to put out a message saying, I need females.
I saw that.
Yeah, because I don't know that many girls. Like, and my wife's, why don't you know that many girls? I'm like, because I'm married to you. That's why I'm not out there meeting girls.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I thought that was being a nice thing.
Right.
Okay, I'll go and meet girls. But I was just like, it was uncomfortable for me just to send a message. Hey, do you want to be a guest on my show? You know, even though I had a promo and a clip, I just didn't want to, because I don't know who knows me.
Sure.
Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
And I've sent out so many things, and you can see if somebody's read it, and the things that haven't been read, you're just like, oh, that's insane. The people.
Oh, they think it's a dick pic.
Yeah, they might, or they think I'm a dick. One of the two, you know. That's so it's crazy. So
can you guys fucking? Ian Bagg is what? Are you guys getting messages from him?
Come on, I'm sending to everybody.
Delete.
I heard Bagg wants us to be on his fucking thing. My favorite part in the promo, I say, come and join it, and watch your social media numbers go up by 1 or 2.
It's we called the bag bump.
Oh, you'll notice. One of them is going to be a kid that's a complete pervert that's going to ask us to follow you.
So, you're doing another podcast these days too. We should
doing a
mention.
hockey podcast
Yeah.
as well. Yeah. Finally, I was, I needed to do it. So my friend, who's a couple years older than me, he's older than me. Jeff Sharples played in the NHL. He played for the Detroit Red Wings, and we've just been friends since we were kids. Like his mom and my mom work together, and we've been friends since we were kids. He lives in Vegas now. He's a pilot for Alaska Airlines. That was his second career after becoming a hockey player, and I always tease him, like, oh, fuck, what a tough life. First hockey, then a pilot. Oh, it's such a tough life.
Yeah, right.
But he had this time off, too. He took this thing when he had the time off, and so 16 weeks ago, we started, but we started talking about it a couple months before, and I'm like, I think we should do it. So we just did it, and it was just easy because we were just talking about hockey all the time anyways. We're like,
right.
We'd call each other and talk about hockey, so we did it, and and people, how do you fit into hockey? I grew up playing hockey. I was a donkey. I was
in Canada.
In Canada, and I was a donkey. Wasn't a thoroughbred horse. I was just like, hee-haw. So, and I was in a movie with a chimpanzee called MVP2, where I played Olaf Schickendanz, the sweetest sensation. So really, if you take those two things and you put them together, you've got hockey knowledge out the wazoo.
Jeff Sharples.
Yes.
So I looked him up on eBay.
Mm-hmm. Did you buy his hockey card?
I didn't, but there are several.
Yeah, he was a good-looking kid. Like, seriously, he was a really handsome kid. He's a good-looking man now, but he was
interesting career.
Yeah.
Scored some goals. Like, he had one really good season.
He just had a record broken, I think, last year of some sort of crazy goal scored and something like that.
No kidding. Hey, so the expansion team is coming this year, the Seattle Kraken. When I was looking stuff up, I was reminded that the hockey team in MVP2 is the Seattle Simians.
I forgot.
Why was that even in consideration for this new hockey team?
Well, yeah, the chimpanzees. Well, if they went, there's never been a time when Seattle was attacked by octopus. So I don't know why they couldn't go with chimpanzees. Yeah. I forgot that I have a connection to Seattle. I'm gonna have to put that out there. Hello,
come on!
I need to be the face of your crazy team. Olaf Schickendanz, MVP2.
Do you still have a jersey or anything?
I do have a jersey from it. Yeah,
and it says Simians, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's blue, yellow. It looks more like St. Louis's jersey.
Oh, I love that.
It was funny. The director used to always say stupid things like "keep it real," and I'm just like, "There's a chimpanzee with me skating." Big thing I remember. He was insane.
Was it after that? Has there been many chimp actors?
Chimp acting? No, that was kind of around that time. There was.
Did you do something on set that they put an end to this? What happened?
No, I did another one. I did MXP as well.
That's right.
Yeah, I did two chimpanzee movies. Like, I don't know how I'm not president because that's how the way it works. So,
or at least running a zoo. Somewhere.
Yeah, something. Yeah. In jail with Jeff Lowe or whatever his name is.
That's right.
That was the lowest part of the whole thing when we were all addicted to Tiger King. Oh my God. Then we realized, oh my God, we're following meth heads. We all woke up one day and we're like, oh, we shouldn't praise those people.
No, I got caught in that where I was going on my own and like, you can find his old shows on YouTube. The ones they reference on Netflix.
God.
That was a waste of time.
Oh, that was just, I love. Hey, we got a spillage.
We got a spillage. Yeah, that didn't improve my life at all. So that is my suggestion. If they haven't printed all the jerseys yet for the Seattle Kraken, maybe
I can get involved in that.
Simeon.
I'm sure they've printed them all, though.
I'm sure
they've got them all finished.
I'm sure they have too. There was another thing I was going to bring up about your guy, Jeff. So what, that show's about a half hour long, right?
Yeah, we stick it at half an hour. So I listened to a podcast called Spittin' Chicklets, which is I think they're the funniest guys. They're two ex-players.
One of them was an enforcer.
Yeah, one was a fighter and one was a finesse player.
Yeah,
and they're just funny. They're just fun. Like hockey people are funny. They're just really funny people, and I love listening to them. And I love it because they have a look at the game from a player's perspective, and and they're funny. So, but they're offside. They're like filth, that. And then I listened to another one called 31 Thoughts, which is with two newscasters, sportscasters out of Canada, and it's serious with a couple of laughs. And we're in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Like we're like we just don't take ourselves serious. He coaches kids hockey. We make sure that we shout out to all sorts of like the women's leagues.
Yeah.
The kids trying to get into college. We all that sort of stuff. So it's just kind of in the middle, and we have respect for the other sides of us. So
I think that's fantastic. Did you collect? Did you have the hockey card of your buddy when you guys were?
My wife bought it for me years ago.
Yeah.
So so I show him to it all the time.
I love it. On eBay right now, you can get a. First of all, I want to know who were the Las Vegas Thunder.
The Las Vegas Thunder were an IHL team. That was his. I think that's how he finished his career.
Oh yeah, he played there for a while.
He was there for a bit, and I think that was towards the end of his career.
Okay, are they there anymore? That team?
No, they became they actually the what are they called? What was the Golden Knights wear a jersey that is kind of half the Las Vegas Thunder.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's a gold one, and it's got red and all these stripes on the bottom, and it's actually the Thunder jersey. So,
oh, no kidding. Yeah, so I wonder if Jeff knows that this hat is for sale. If he remembers signing it, there's a Las Vegas Thunder hat that you can buy on eBay right now.
No way.
For $35.05 or best offer. And I love the description. This is why I brought this one up. So it says... it's a signed cap. It says, I see it is signed by 6 players, and I can't make out all of the names. But it is signed by number 8, Jeff Sharples, number 22, Sergei Zoltak, former Minnesota Wild, who passed away, rest in peace. And then I love this one. Number 13, question mark, Number 12, or number 2, question mark, and I cannot make out the other 2. It's either this guy or the other guy. But hey, buy it from me for $35.
That's the IHL right there.
Right?
Yeah. We know 3 of the players, and I don't know who those other guys are.
Yeah, they literally may have played a day and then were cut. Who knows?
Yeah, Jeff did some time at Edmonton, some time in New Jersey, and then ended up in the minors and finished with Salt Lake and Vegas.
Very cool.
So, and that's why he ended up living in Vegas, because he liked it there so much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you? We should talk about the show. Oh no, I got one more thing about. Have you ever collected signatures, autographs?
No, I've never.
Josh Sneed was here last week, and we did some talk about.
I like Josh. I met Josh Sneed this year.
Oh.
Via him doing my Around the Bag,
and
I had no idea how nice of a guy he was.
I bet he was really funny on there.
He was very funny. He's got a T-shirt shop. He sent me I got to go onto his T-shirts and buy some T-shirts.
Awesome.
But it's so weird that it took us not doing stand-up for me to meet a stand-up. And that's kind of how your career gets, where you're just going all the time, and you're not crossing paths with many comedians. You're just running into people in their home, the hometowns. Like if I was in Minneapolis, I'd meet a couple Minneapolis comics. But for the most part, everybody would be out on the road doing their own thing. Yeah, which is the difference to when you start out and you got your gang and everybody's just hanging out and all together,
Right, like when I heard you on Chad and Si's podcast, swapping the old stories with Chad.
Yeah. I love Chad.
That whole thing.
I get mad at him so much because I don't get to see him anymore. So yeah, I love that. He's so funny. He's so funny and just a prick.
There's our outtake. Post that.
Just a prick.
There's our clip for the week. So what was I saying about that? The autographs. So we were talking about that last week, and then yesterday I saw this thing. Seth Rogen, the actor, he has a book out now. I'm in this group on Facebook, this autograph group where people just post their stuff and try to sell sometimes or whatever. Anyway, the guy that's a member of this group posted yesterday that he got the new Seth Rogen book and he purchased an autograph copy, and he wanted to let everyone know how disappointed he was in the quality of the signature.
Well, do you think he may have done 1,000 of them, you asshole?
Now, that is the case a lot of times where, you can compare one and it's very crisp and beautiful, and then as you could tell, they did 1,000 of them in a sitting, and then it's just like this, arthritic scribble, right? Well, this dude went on Twitter and looked up Seth Rogen and tweeted him, hey, Seth, just received my autograph copy of your book. And needless to say, I'm pretty disappointed.
In the book or the autograph?
In the autograph. Okay, so there's the autograph. Can you see that? It's just the letter S, right?
S and kind of maybe that's Canadian because mine looks like birds. Like mine is the I and the B, and it's slowly over time become. Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, his looks like a sailboat. Mine look like birds.
Well, if this ever happens to you, maybe you could just copy and paste his reply to that person because he saw it and replied to it. That is, in fact, my autograph. So I'm not sure what to say. Sorry, it's not cooler.
Yeah, I love that people have to complain about everything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Seth even signed it. Who collects signatures anymore? And the only reason you want it is to make your book worth more.
Right.
So fuck you.
Oh yeah, these people that are way into it. They're like, you didn't do your research. You should know. I looked. He does. That's his signature. S's. There's S's everywhere. Sometimes he has a little bit more of a flag on it.
So did he apologize? Go, oh, I thought it was different or something, or did he?
Yeah, he did kind of backtrack.
He did backtrack.
Like, yeah, I should have looked. I should have looked and seen that that's what it was.
I thought it was going to be a massive S with an E and a T and an H.
Yes, and your social.
And then a circle R.
Yes. Maybe a cartoon drawing of yourself.
Just to let you know, Seth Rogen, Joe Rogan signed it completely his name. And that's why I'll be listening to his podcast and not yours. Congratulations on making cups with your wheel of fucking clay.
So we need to talk about last night. We briefly talked about it before we started recording.
Okay.
I was here with my wife. We never, at least the last 3 times you were here, we do not miss. She's a huge, she's as big a fan as I am of yours. It was great, as always. The crowd work was second to none, as always. So freaking good. I tell people over and over again, you got to go see Ian Bagg live. It's amazing.
How great, can I bring up, how great was it? I've got a new joke where I go, why does Alabama have a college? And the guy at the front kid goes to Alabama.
Amazing.
I'm just like, well, I thought this would work here for sure.
I can't remember. I'm going to have to go back and listen to because I think I quoted it in a podcast we did in 2015. But there was something similar that where there was a guy sitting towards the front and you said, what are you? And it was some sort of farmer.
And it
was a very specific farming job.
No way.
Exactly what the guy did.
You never know if they're lying to you, though. Like that's something we'll get to. I'm just like, oh, okay. Because I'm untrusting, and then I ask a couple more questions.
Yeah, that's true. Know? So I was, and I have to say this, is that when we were coming into the club last night, I was, of course, like, all right, are there anybody, physically that stands out that...
That's not how it works with me.
I know. Okay, go ahead, you just say it.
I don't know why I talk to people, but it's not because they look different.
But it can get involved during the conversation.
It can, yeah. I can say that I can bring it up later, but I don't like to talk to people who might be concerned about the way they look.
That's good, yeah.
You know, like I don't, you know, that's not. I'm not here to put you down. Like I when people say, "Oh, you're an insult comic," I'm like, I am nowhere near an insult comic.
No.
You know, I'm not. I'm here to make you a character in my my play. You know, that's what you become, a character. That's all you do. That's all it is. So,
so the things you learned about people in the audience of an Ian Bagg show is just unbelievable. So towards the end of the show last night, we talked about it a little bit. This guy got up, caught your attention.
Well, he caught my attention because he had the loudest keys on ever. So I called him is that guy janitor? Like, why has he got such loud keys?
Yeah, they were like the Ring, like
like reminded me of my uncle. To me, when he was running out of here, I'm like, there's a problem down to the plant, and he's got to get there and fix it up. So when he ran out, and I said that, and the girl said, yeah, he does have a lot of keys. I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, okay. And then he came running back in, like within seconds. Like, he came running back in.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on, but I don't know why I said this. I said, is there something you'd like to say right now? Or to her, right? I said, was there something you'd like to ask her right now or something like that? And he goes, yes, I would. I'm like, all right. We'll see what he asked her. And he got down on one knee and asked her to marry him. And I was like, what? I was like, what's going on? I thought it was Lewis or somebody or Chad. One of you fucking dicks had set me up.
Yeah.
And this person and the crowd went nuts, and I'm still not believing it. And they gave each other a big kiss. I'm like, they've got passion in that kiss. They're really excited about this.
Yes, and then they had this passionate kiss, and I'm like, like elbowing my wife, like, what are we seeing right now? They have this kiss, and then the now a future bride immediately flips her mask back on. It was like, look at them. She's not even getting caught up in the moment. She's still being responsible.
She was very responsible, and then she had the ring on. She showed me the ring, and I was just like, okay. And then later that night, I get a message on Facebook. Hey, sorry we interrupted your show at the end. We didn't mean to outshine you. I go, no, congratulations, that's fine. They go, did this show happen to be taped? So we'd like a moment of it. And I'm like, I don't think it was, but I'll check. And then they asked me if I was able to be hired for a wedding. And I was like, no. I'm like, well, how much you got?
Yeah.
I said no, and then I was like, well, maybe. So
to perform or officiate?
To perform at their wedding. And I've done that before. I've done it to friends. My wife's friends, who are now my friends, got married, and they're like, we want you to burn the whole family. And then when I started doing it, they're like, I'm like, well, I didn't want to do this anyways.
Burn, not torch.
Yeah. Well, I crispined everybody up. It's funny because they're both adopted, and both their parents are divorced, so they have there's 6 parents. Like, there's 6 sets of parents at the fucking wedding. Sure. So I'm just like, whoa, my God. And I'm like, well, if we've learned anything, well, hopefully they won't have a baby give to somebody else and then divorce somebody and marry somebody else. You know? And they're like, what the hell? He's making fun of us. Oh.
So I got to say, this guy that proposed to his gal last night, I didn't. He got up and left, like you said, with the jangling keys, came back, and then it happened. But what did he? I'd love to know what he actually had planned, because it was during the show.
Yeah, none of us could figure out whether, and I guess we could ask him because he has contacted me.
And you didn't know it was coming.
I didn't know it was coming, but was he planning on asking her then, or was he planning asking her later on that night?
Like in the club, out of the club?
Yeah, like wasn't even a plan. Did the club just pop into his head when I said that?
Maybe he just picked it up today and was going to propose this weekend.
Maybe he just got back from Jared and he was just trying to, I couldn't tell if that was the show was part of the plan for him to ask her, or they were just enjoying comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen those proposals, 100 times at like Minnesota Twins games, in between innings, where they have, the fan cam, and then they're just kind of all of a sudden focusing on one couple a little bit more, and the guy's trying to act cool, like, are we on? And then boom, down on a knee. My wife wanted me to do that so bad.
And you said, no way.
Nope.
I've got bad knees.
Even in the last week, we've been married 5.5 years, and
she brought it up.
She brought up that I didn't get down on a knee, even just like 4 days ago.
What'd you do? How'd you do it?
Just should we? No.
Just threw a ring into her lap?
Yeah.
I got a podcast I got to do, but I think we should be together.
Clock's ticking. Did you get down on a knee?
We actually had an argument, and it was one of those things, and I was like, I'm asking you to marry me this weekend, and that's why we're here.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, all right then. Are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. It wasn't like that big of an argument. It was like, and then the next thing you know, I'm like, and it wasn't supposed to be till tomorrow because I was going to go buy the ring. And then I'm like, well, what are we going to do now? And then we spent the rest of the day shopping for a ring. So.
Oh, the traditional way.
Yeah, we are nowhere near traditional because I wanted to ask her parents first, and I didn't get the chance.
Oh, wow.
So just to see if they like me at all, because I didn't believe that they liked me, but they accepted me.
Yeah,
so.
in hindsight, they gave you the.
Well,
we would have said yes.
In hindsight, I'm pretty sure those Republicans wish they hadn't married this goddamn liberal from a different country. But they're fun. I love them a lot. They're even the goofy sons of bitches.
That's fantastic.
But I gave him a T-shirt. I gave him a T-shirt, and I said, "Look, you're going to need something to remember this night by."
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that ring isn't going to stand out. So here, I'll tell you what. Here's a T-shirt with a little French bulldog on it, and that's going to take you. Remember this night.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. You brought the merch.
I brought the merch.
On the road.
Got some weird sizes going on right now. We don't have every size, but I was just like, because we weren't touring, so I wasn't renewing my merch.
Sure.
So
are you out there like, no, you could, medium is your size.
No,
are you
I'm
convincing people to fit into shirts that don't fit them?
No, not at all. I'm like, I got weird sizes. This is what I got. I apologize if you want this. This is what I got.
This one has one long sleeve.
Yeah. No, I'm not Ross dressed for less. I'm just like, we only got certain sizes. And it's weird. The size, I can't remember which. I think it's medium sells out. That's the size that sells out the most is medium. So
must be all the ladies buying those up.
All the ladies. I'm doing stuff with my dogs, but I'm about to switch up what I'm doing with it. I'm going to go with a company. So I like good quality shirts. So I was going down and picking my shirts, but I think I want to go with a company that, you see their shirts once and then you don't have to worry about it. So
I like that.
Maybe Josh is.
I was going to say, are you like talking about Josh's company without saying the name of Josh's company?
I should have. I should probably talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think we covered it.
All right, we're done.
One final thing. So which
final thing?
Which social medias you're using? I know obviously Instagram with your Reface app, putting your face on all these different characters.
And if you send me a photo of you that you want refaced, I'll reface you. I don't care. I love it. Yeah, I think the refaces are hilarious. Hilarious. I'm 12. I do Instagram and I do YouTube, Ian Bagg Comedy Channel. And I do. I started back on Twitter. I had a Twitter account, and it sent me off in some sort of weird area with the people that would follow me, and I'd just be dealing with these fucking weird trolls. Right? It sounded like somebody had diarrhea over it.
Excuse you.
I'm like, oh, somebody's got the bubble guts. And then so I started a new one. It's Sir Bagg on Twitter, and I just. If I'm thinking something, I say something, and it just usually I try not to be political, even though sometimes I am. I try to be me.
Yeah.
And who am I? I'm somebody that says a couple of political things in real life, and I feel like you be good to people. That's the way life should work, right? I'm not going to step on top of you to get to the next step. Right? I'm gonna go around you, or if you help me, I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
So that's how I am, and then Tik Tok, and then Facebook. I don't mind, but I don't love.
So you're posting on TikTok?
Some things.
Yeah. Do you have people lip syncing your jokes on there?
No, I don't know how you get there. I have one that got a bunch of views, and then I'm right now. I'm actually in the middle of making a pilot for a animated. But I'm doing it on my own.
Oh, you're dropping little hints. I see, like XYZ or something coming soon. Is this
XY? Welcome to YXT.
Yes.
So
okay, I'm seeing this.
So yeah, I'm making my own pilot, and then we'll take it out afterwards. But I've made it so I can use it as promo out there, like clips from promo. So my stand-ups in it,
nice,
and stuff like that. But it's not, it's It's about me.
Yeah.
It's about me and my wife. So
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when you're here a year from now.
Sounds good.
All right.
Lewis, you heard it. I'm getting booked back in a year, you motherfucker. Goddamn Lewis. As I call him, Louise.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure.